out, guys, and today what we're doing is just going over Paladins. Paladins is a game that is made by Hi-Rez, the same company that makes Smite, so I already did a video on this a couple months back, but a lot of things have actually changed in Paladins. Paladins isn't fully released yet, as you can see up here. We're still in the open beta, which is why I'm making a new one, because currency has changed. There's one less type of currency, there's a new game mode, there's a game mode that was taken out, so there's a lot of stuff that have changed. We're just going to jump right into it. This right here is the main menu. I will say my camcorder is blocking up here where you see your currency. You'll see my crystals, coins, and VIP points that are up here. You just can't see, but it shows my name, my level, and all that. That's the only thing you're missing from that. But this is the main menu type thing. Just the featured page that you'll see on Smite, the Twitch Prime that they offer here, all kinds of stuff. Down here you can actually see your quests. There's a different type of quest. You have your daily quests, which are these three right here, which I still got to work on, get eliminations, play flank, play siege, and you earn rewards through that. And then there's also Champions quest, which is also part of the daily quest, kind of. It's right here. Basically, once you complete 40 daily quests, so I complete this one, this one, this one, I'll get up to 13 out of 40. Once you get to 40, you earn this diamond chest. There's also a lore quest, which is just basically earning the lores. So I play one game of Onslaught, and I'm going to get a champion lore. And I'll show you what that is real quick. Basically, do I have this guy's lore? No, yeah, I do. So I have his lore. It's like Smite lore. It just describes the character's background. Let's see if I don't have a lore for somebody. You see, I don't have Androx's lore. So if I complete that game of Onslaught, maybe I'll get his lore next. That's really all it does. I personally don't care about the lures, but what I do care about is the diamond chest that you get once you earn all 34 lures. Yeah, 34. I think there's 34 champions. And then you have the Twitch Prime quest, which is just a temporary one. If you have Twitch Prime, you can claim a reward and you get a limited collection king for Bomb King. You can see here the little Twitch logo, and you also get a Primal Prowler limited mount, which is right here. Mounts are something that are pretty cool in Paladins, but you don't use them a lot. So we'll get into that in a little bit. We already went through quests. We talked briefly on, what was it? The diamond chest. So let's go into the chest. Might as well do the store right now. You have the featured stuff here like you do for Smite, and then bundles. But bundles are different. Bundles you can't purchase with gems like you can in Smite. These are real money bundles. So you see here we have the VIP pack, which gives you a collection skin, 70-day membership for the VIP. VIP is basically the season ticket for Smite. Fantasy points are essentially VIP points, if you want to think of it like that. You also get 25 Radiant chests, which are just your basic chests. 25 match boosters, and 100,000 VIP points to start off with. Frontline pack includes Fernando Enforcer, which is the skin right here. And I'm guessing the Zen Conqueror would be this skin. Frontline Victory Spray, which is something that's pretty unique and different, and we'll get into that in a little bit. 5 Radiant Chest, 5 Legendary Frontline Keys, and 10,000 VIP points. So basically what a frontline key is, actually we're not going to get into that yet. Let's do this real quick and then I'll explain the frontline key. Realm Pack, save 80%. Frost Main Mount, which is this. 7-day booster, 10 Radiant Chest, 2 Flare Chests. Not crazy. Small purchases here, but the higher the price, the more the rewards. Common sense. We also have our champions over here that you can buy individually, but if you buy the champions pack, similar to the founders pack in Smite, you get all current champions and all future ones, so that's why you don't see any that are here. Items. You can also, actually, before we do that, let's explain the key that I was talking about. So if you see here, it says no, where was that? 5 legendary frontline keys. Basically, if I want to go and buy a chest, let's say I want to buy, the Radiant chest. Basically, I don't have any keys right here, so you can't see it, but I could click on Enchant Key, and it would give me an option, whether it was standard, frontline, flank, support, whatever. So you can use an enchantment key to earn specific role cards. So if I go ahead, you see here, you get those 5 legendary frontline keys. If I purchase a Radiant chest and use that frontline key, what it's going to do is guarantee that my cards are for a frontliner. That's what it does. So pretty cool there. Back to the items, since we did skip that. These are just showing you everything that's in game. You have all the collection skins here, weapons, boosters, Booster weapons, all they do is give you more money, more experience, more all that. They don't help you in game, and they are rentals. We should be able to get into that a little bit, but you can see here all the different stuff, voice packs and everything like that you can get. We have the mounts here and everything that's pretty cool. So, and you can see here there's the Primal Prowler that I was talking about. It was free because that is the part of the quest for Twitch Prime. On to the chest in the store. Radiant chest is what I was explaining. You can purchase up to 20 at a time. They cost 2,500 gold each. This is the first currency that we're going to talk about. Gold is just, it's like favor for Smite. It's pretty easy to acquire. You get a bunch, and the only thing you really spend the gold on are these Radiant chests. And what a Radiant chest does is gives you cards. Once you get a copy of a card, it'll duplicate. So we'll get into that a little bit. That's another part of this video. You can see here we also have skin chests and item chests. This is the lunar chest. This costs 70 gems, or 70 crystals I should say. And you have different stuff in here. We have the festive chest, all kinds of stuff. So the same concept to Smite in a sense that the only way they make money is from cosmetic stuff, which I like. No pay to win, no pay to play, none of that. You can even play this game completely 100% free if you wanted to. And with the last one we have here, or last two, this is the diamond chest that I was going over. So you can earn these by completing the quest. It contains epic and legendary collections and mounts. So this is all the good stuff. You have rare mounts in here, you have legendary skins, you have epic skins, all the really, really good stuff. So it's a grind system. The more you play, the better cards you get. The better cards you have, the better chance you have in game. On the same hand, the more you play, the more cool skins you get. So it's a grind system, which I do like about this game. Last one we have here is a gold chest. This one contains a rare and epic cosmetics and flare. You can purchase these for gems or crystals, whatever, but you can also purchase them for VIP points. I guess this would be the good time to talk about the other two currencies being gems and VIP points. Crystals and VIP points. Sorry, crystals are gems for Smite. That's why I keep calling them gems, because that's what it is. It's the in-game currency that you still earn, but you can also purchase. So you can see here, no, you can't see here, actually, but underneath my camera, there's a big button that says buy crystals. We'll just show on that. And when you bring that up, you can buy the crystals like that. So same concept as gems. Last one is VIP points. These are essentially fantasy points. There should be a VIP store, which is going to be down here. Oh, which is not it. VIP store down here, which hosts a whole variety of different things you can buy with your VIP points only. Same thing with the fantasy points store that they just introduced this year, or this season, I should say. So we have the VIP membership here that we already went over that you get. We also have a VIP pack. Oh, no, sorry, the VIP pack is what we went over, where you get the 100,000 points, 70-day membership, and all that. However, you can also buy a 14-day membership instead of the 70. You get a 5 Radiant chest, 20,000 points, 5 boosters, 100 points per win, 35 points per loss, 100 points from picks, and 300% points per daily quest. So once you own the VIP membership, you also earn extra VIP points in game. That's why you can see here my tier 1 progress is very low, because you don't earn a lot of VIP points in game. However, if you go ahead and purchase the membership, then you would earn more. VIP store. You can just spend your VIP points to earn really cool skins. You see here the Rave collection for Maeve, really cool skin. I'm not even a big Maeve player, but the skin's dope. We have the Epic Mount Nightmare here. We have Swashbuckler. I think this is for Barrack. Yeah, just really cool skins you can see here. Well, those are the featured ones, kind of the whole collections, and then we have different skins here. You see the Crime Fighter for oh gosh, I can't think of his name right now. That's bugging me. Shaolin, there we go. And Drogo's here. Just, the skins are really cool. I will say that, but again, they cost a lot of VIP points, and VIP points are not easy to get. Booster weapons, this is what we were getting into. They just copy the same weapon as your champion, so this would be the sword for, I can never think of his name. I don't even know how to say his name. But this guy, I don't play him that often. I do apologize. Where were we at? VIP store. So they just copy. This one would be for EVIE. This one would be for probably tier or tire or something like that. So you get the idea. And it just makes it gold painted. What you do is you earn 100% more champion experience. So you double the experience you get. You double the player XP you get 50% more gold, and it also helps your teammates out as well, which is really cool. So if you are playing with someone who has a booster weapon, you're going to get some benefit from that. So it's really cool. You can see here 3-day rental for each of them for 6,000. The flares. These are just accessories, really. Not voice packs, announcer packs, emotes, stuff like that. So you see here, we have the dance emote, all of that good stuff. Just, you know, non-skin related stuff. We have the legendary sprays, which is what we were talking about, which I still am not 100% certain what a spray is. The only thing I can think of is that it's what pops up after you win, if it's what I'm thinking of, which would be hard to explain. And these are the announcer packs that I was talking about. They have really cool ones. You can see here the Rain Day announcer pack. They have pretty hair. They have Bruce Buffer announcer pack, which is really cool. Awesome stuff. I am actually saving my fantasy points for the Bruce Buffer announcer pack. I want that one so bad. It'd just be awesome to have Bruce Buffer announce a Paladins game. Like, what is that? The reward system here, kind of similar to the fantasy point system at Smite, but this takes a lot to get. You can see here my little progress that I've made. I have 6,435 and I need 80,000 just for tier 1, which is this skin. Tier 2 gives you this Slayer spray, which we just saw, so we're not going to do that. Tier 4 give you the VIP title, or sorry, tier 3. Tier 4, which I love this skin. Oh my gosh. Gives you the Divine Collection for Sirius, and she's one of my favorite champions, man. I want this skin so bad, but that's so much VIP points that I have to earn. And then tier 5 is a legendary mount that has not been released yet, so be on the lookout for that. You can also make your picks here, same way you can with Smite if you are a VIP. I am not, though, so I cannot show you that right now, unfortunately. Let's see, we went through the VIP, we went through loot chests, account information, you can redeem codes. You can also change your name, which is a really cool thing. It does cost gems, though, or crystals, 400 to be exact, so, but you can change your in-game name, which is really cool. You also have the activity center here, it just tells you all the things you've got. It does get cluttered, however. Game modes. We have knocking over game modes. That will probably be the last thing. I guess we could do champions. You can see here, this is the newest champion. There are not a lot, so if you want to get Paladins down and you want to be really good, I would jump into it now while it's still in open beta and there aren't a lot of champions, because a couple years from now, we might be up to 90 champions like there are gods in Smite, and it gets a little crowded at that point, especially if you're new and you try to jump into the game and you see 90 characters or like 100 some if you're playing like League and you just don't know what you're doing. It's easier to start off with a small sample size like this. So there are a couple different roles in Paladins. First one we have here is the flank. They are your assassin type guys. You know, go around the back, try to get a kill, get out. Although they don't have to be assassins. It's just that mentality of a flank. So you can see here their flank logo is identified by like 3 throwing knife type things. So Androgynous, Moji, Buck, gods like that. EVIE, my favorite flank. She is amazing. She does so much damage and she is sneaky. If you have cooldowns on her blink and her, God, what's her third ability? Her soar, whoo, man, you can just fly around the map and never get killed. Second role is frontline. Frontline is basically support from Smite. They're the tanks and they're just indicated with a big shield. They're going to be your big champions. You can see here, she's decked out in tons of armor. This one will be pretty recognizable for you guys, and that'll be Fernando. Fernando obviously is a skin in Smite, which is an Ares skin, and the cool thing about that is Fernando, if you purchase Paladins, you get the Fernando skin in Smite. And then once you do that, you also get an Ares skin for Fernando in Paladins. As you can see here, I'm decking myself out in Ares. So pretty cool there, the concept they did with that. There should be one more, though. Where's my weapon? There it is. Now we are. Now we're decked out in Ares, so pretty cool. The next role will be damage. Self-explanatory. They are indicated by a sword with these little sparks here. They just do a lot of damage. Bomb King is my favorite. He's probably, I would say, the best champion in Paladins right now. For the HRX, I watched a couple games. I watched mainly the Smite Pro League, but I did watch some Paladins, and Bomb King was banned almost every time. And if he wasn't banned, he got picked. So that type of deal. Last but not least, we actually only have one more, and that is support. Support are just your healers. They actually have two different, whereas Smite, you can have mage healers, you could have guardian healers. They made healers a whole new class for Paladins, and they are called supports. You can see here, Grover, might recognize him from Smite. Common misconception, Grover isn't Sylvanas. Sylvanas is actually the little old man on top of Grover, which you wouldn't see here because Sylvanas isn't in Paladins. But he just rides on top of Grover. So Grover's the actual big tree, which is pretty cool. So Grover's in here. I'm trying to think of other Smite little shout-outs that you might see in here. But I think that's it. Just the Fernando and then the Grover. But yeah, that's it. You have your flank, you have your damage, you have your front line, and then your support. Pretty cool. I think that is it, though. Nope. Game modes. We have to go through game modes. These are the things that have been changed. What was the game mode? Was it Payload? I think Payload was what it was called. It has been removed. Now, you can do a lot of different things. The one main gripe that everyone had with Paladins is they didn't like the new card system. And basically what that is I'll show you with Bomb King, because I have a lot of his. You see here, I guess we could start with this. These four here are your passive card, essentially. So at the beginning of the game, you select one of these. Each champion has 4 to use. So you can see here, Demolition, my Grumpy Bomb destroys all shields when it explodes and increase the blast radius by 25.50. If I get another copy of Demolition through a Radiant chest, which you can see right here, or a Bomb King chest, you can also buy champion-specific chests, and you earn champion chests whenever you level up. We'll get into that a little bit. So whenever, let's say I roll this and I get a copy of Demolition, this is going to go up to level 2, and the effect is going to be increased. So the complaint that everyone had with this was, what's stopping someone from just buying a bunch of Radiant, or spending a bunch of money on crystals, then buying a bunch of Radiant chests and having a level 10 copy of every card? Well, they got rid of that by making Radiant chests only purchasable via gold instead of crystals. The next complaint was, well, what if I get into a game and I have a level 1 copy of every card and then my opponent has a level 10? I stand no chance. This is where this comes into play, and that's the game modes. I love Paladins for this reason, and you can train in Paladins. So first game mode we'll go over is training. You can do siege training, you can do onslaught training, team deathmatch training, you can even go to the shooting range. You earn first win of the day rewards for this, you level up your champions for this, you earn Radiant chest, you earn everything that you would in a real game against real people as if you do against computer or against the practice. It's just amazing that they added that. So you can go into training and only play that exclusively for a couple months, get practice, get used to the game, earn copies of your cards, and then you can jump into a real game or even ranked and be set. So that's a cool thing. You can work your way up to that. First game mode is Arcade. Arcade features Unbound Siege. Now, anything that says Unbound means cards unbound, which is the new card system that levels cards. So if it says Unbound Siege or Unbound anything, it's the leveling card system. So we have Unbound Siege here, we have Team Deathmatch, and Onslaught. And they have test maps too, but that's self-explanatory. Unbound Siege, or Siege in general, is the competitive game mode for Paladins. What it is there is a center little cart area. 2 teams start on opposite sides. Think of it as oh man, what was the game in Call of Duty where there was a center bomb and you had to place it to the enemy's spawn? Sabotage. Think of it like Sabotage. So you have this center siege point. Both teams got to run to the center, and you stand in the little circle. And if you stand in there, each second, it goes up a percentage. The more teammates you have in there, the faster it goes up. Once you get to 100% security, you've captured that siege. It's now your team's objective to push that siege to the enemy base. If you succeed in pushing it to the enemy base, you get a point. If you capture the siege at the start, you get a point. So let's say you capture the center siege and you push it. You get 2 points, and to win you need 4 points. So there's a minimum of 2 rounds each. Now let's say you capture the center siege, but you fail to push. You get a point for capturing, but the enemy team gets a point for stopping your push. So it's up to 4 points. Whoever gets 4 points first wins. You get a point for capturing the siege, you get a point for pushing the siege to the enemy side, and you get a point for successfully stopping a push. So if you don't capture the center siege at first, that's no worries. You can still get your point by defense. Next game mode is Team Deathmatch. Self-explanatory. 5v5. You fight to 40 kills. That's all it is. Onslaught is a little different. Similar concept to Siege, where there's a central point, but instead of fighting to get the siege, you just fight for that central point. I forget what points or what the max is, but basically there's a cap of points, and whoever hits that cap first, their team wins. So just defend the center point and try to get kills. That's really all it is. Pretty kind of like Hardpoint in Call of Duty a little bit. Something similar to that. And then we have our test maps here. Next one, instead of arcade, we have just Siege. Siege in general, which is the competitive game mode. We can play Unbound Siege, which is the cards Unbound. You can also play Classic Siege. So what this is Siege. It's just the same game mode, but this is for people who don't like cards Unbound. This is for people who don't want to have this card system with all these levels. So basically, every single card is the same level. There's no upgrading, there's no downgrading. Everyone has, I think it's level 4, maybe? I think, something like that. It's weird. So you just select your cards. There's not levels. However, you can do different loadouts. So this would be what a loadout would look in general for cards Unbound. So you select what you want. You say, I want this one, I want this one, I want this one, whatever. With Classic game mode, you would select all your cards. So let's say I select those 5. But I'm not done from here. If I was playing Classic instead of Unbound, I would have a chance to upgrade, I think it's up to like 12 points. So I could put 3 points into this, 3 points into this, 2 points into this, 1 point. So you upgrade your card the way you want. Everyone gets the same amount of point system. It works like that. It's an even playing field for everybody. There's no duplicate cards. There's no upgrading your cards. Everyone's on the same level. Okay, yeah, I do want to discard. I thought I was exiting Paladins for a second. That's the only difference from Unbound and Classic, is really that. And then we also have competitive Siege here. That's just ranked, essentially. Last but not least, we got the custom games. You can just go ahead and create a custom game as well. We already went through training. You can Siege train, Onslaught train, TDM train, go to the shooting range. You can practice tutorial, all that kinds of good stuff. That is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I'm pretty sure we covered everything. Yeah, I don't think we have anything to go over. I will be doing separate videos on each game mode themselves and how to play them, so be sure to subscribe if you want to check out those later on. I'm not sure when I'll get to recording them, but it should be soon. But that is going to wrap it up, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and hit subscribe for more content like this. And until next time, peace. One more thing I will add, this is what I was saying before with the mastery system. So you can see here, I'm level 3 with Bomb King. So once I got to level 1, I get a Bomb King chest. 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. Once I hit 5, I get this cool Bomb King pose whenever you win. Or I think whenever you're just, in lobby. If I get to level 8, I get a Bomb King mastery emote, which is pretty cool. And then once I get to 10, I get Obsidian Bomb King. Not every champion has this feature. There's certain champions that once you hit to level 10, you can get this Obsidian. And it might be the classic champions that were in Paladins. I'm not sure. I don't know how they separate them, but you could see that the Obsidian skins are dope. Once you get to 12, you get your Mastery Spray, and this is what the sprays look like. If it'll ever pop up. Alright, well, screw the spray. You get to level 20, you get the title His Majesty, and so you get to 25 levels, you can level all the way up, earn all your chests, earn your cool stuff, show who your favorite champion is by having Obsidian Bomb King, having the spray, having the pose, having His Majesty. Show that you're the best Bomb King. That is going to wrap it up, guys. Peace.